welcome to an episode of the PHA Pick'em. It is week 13. We are almost at the end of the regular season for college football, right on the cusp of bowl season. And boy, do we have a heck of a slate for you. It's rivalry week. Best games in college football coming at you. And I've got 5 picks for you for the 5 top games for this Saturday that you need to be hammering right now. All right? For our first pick, I've got Alabama, number 3 in the country, at Auburn, the Iron Bowl, all right? Auburn at home, they're plus 19.5. The over-under in the game is 55.5. No Bo Nix, no pick Bo Nix for Auburn. Bama is getting just straight disrespected right now, even by their own fans. If you haven't seen the rant that Nick Saban went on, I mean, he said 100 times. The counter needs to be going, but he was going off. He is going to be coming at them with a vengeance. He wants to prove something, especially because Ohio State now leapfrogged them. He doesn't like that. I'm taking Alabama to cover 19.5 in this game. This one's going to be over with quick. Nick Saban does not fun around when it comes to playing Auburn, and he ain't funning around with this. He's going to set the record straight, even to the Crimson Tide's own fans. Hammer Alabama 19.5. They're coming at them angry. The second game on the list, we got Oregon State at number 11, Oregon. The over-under is 60.5. The spread is favored in Oregon's side, -7. The Civil War. Or, wait, can we still call it that? Maybe. It doesn't matter what you can do. I'm calling it the Civil War, one of the greatest rivalries in college sports. Very underrated. If you look back through the history of the last 20 years, this is a back-and-forth game with tons of upsets, tons of letdown, and even some blowouts in it. This is a heck of a series. Oregon is dead, all right? They're dead. They're on the mat. They're just trying to get up. Oregon State, on the other hand, they have everything to play for. Everything. This is their Super Bowl, all right? And even so, they're actually playing for something even bigger potentially, and that's called revenge, all right? They lost early in the season, if everyone remembers, to what everyone thought was a bad Purdue team. First game of the year, they went to Lafayette, lost a close one, all right? With a win today, aka Saturday, against Oregon, Oregon State could find themselves in a New Year's Eve Bowl, potentially playing that same Purdue team for revenge. Like I said, Oregon State's got everything to play for right now. I'm taking Oregon State, the Beavers, +7. You got to love it. Hammer it, hammer it, hammer it. Maybe you'll have to check out the Twitter, at King of Takes. Maybe my absolute mortal lock of the week with this one. But moving on, we have the third game of the week, all right? We got number 14, Wisconsin at Minnesota. Minnesota +7, over-under is 39. It is the battle for Paul Bunyan's axe. And beyond that, this is actually the most played rivalry game in Division I football, all right? 131st meeting. This is going to be a big one, all right? The record right now stands Wisconsin 62-60-2, I believe is what it was. Don't do the math on that because it's definitely not 130, so there's a lot more ties. But, yeah, big game right here. Wisconsin, they're playing for a chance at the Big Ten Championship, and they're maybe looking for their own revenge, and we'll go talk about it later in the show. They're maybe playing for something bigger for me. But Minnesota, they're in my graveyard. They've been dead to me all year. I'm not going with them now. Wisconsin has figured it out. They're a wagon. No one wants to play them in bowl season. Wisconsin -7 is the play here. Fourth game of the week, Bedlam. One of maybe the best rivalry in sports, especially at night. It's always pitch black. Oklahoma State's at home. I hope they bring out the black uniforms because then this will be my mortal lock of the year. It's number 10 Oklahoma at number 7 Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State is favored by 4. The over-under is 49.5. I'm so jacked for this game. Oklahoma, they stink, but they are the winners of the last 6 games here. And this is a potential spot for a college football playoff berth if you are Oklahoma State, all right? You win this game. You win the Big 12 championship. It's going to be tough for them to leave you out. So they got everything to play for. And it's really offense versus defense. Oklahoma has not been the Oklahoma offense, but they still rank 29th in the country. But Oklahoma State has the number 3 defense in the country. They're coming at it. Do not look to this to be a high-scoring game, but I love Oklahoma State here. Gundy is going to get his revenge. He's gonna find a way to win this game. He's going to find a way to win the Pac-12, or the Big 12, the Big 12 championship. I can't wait to see what happens at the end. I love the college football playoff being a pretzel. Take Oklahoma State -4 at night in their home stadium, hopefully wearing the black jerseys. I can't wait for the game. And then our last game of the slate, which can only be listed as the granddaddy of them all, the game. Number 2, Ohio State at number 5, Michigan in Ann Arbor. Michigan right now is +8, over under 64.5. And I just looked before we jumped on. It's already creeping down to 7.5 for Michigan. This is going to be a big one. Not only for a spot in the Big Ten Championship, but most likely the winner of this game, if they can beat a potential Wisconsin team based on what I'm going for right now, they're going to find themselves in the national title race. However, I am torn here, all right? I am torn. Because if Michigan beats Ohio State, I actually do think Wisconsin has a chance to beat Michigan, which opens up the door for my Notre Dame Fighting Irish to sneak in as that 4th team in the college football playoff. I'm not going to say they're going to win the national title, but you got to love when your team's at least in the discussion. And there's never been a better year because pretty much it's Georgia and everyone else. So you just never know. All it takes is one time, Little Giants. But Ohio State's owned this series since 2000. They're 17-3 in that time frame. They've won by an average of 21 points the last 3 meetings. If you remember, they didn't play last year, so a little bit of grunge factor here. Michigan opted out of playing, or maybe vice versa. Don't remember the details exactly. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They're playing for everything. Granddaddy of them all. The game. The number 6 pass offense in Ohio State versus the number 8 pass defense in Michigan. I'm going to be a B here. Be a big bitch, all right? I'm not taking a side here. All I'm taking is the over 35.5 point total for Ohio State on the game. They're going to score points. I just don't know what Michigan's going to do. Are they going to run the ball, control the clock? Either way, they're going to have to find a way to score just like they did against Michigan State. And if they want to win, they're going to have to keep it under 45 on the Ohio State side. Otherwise, this is going to turn to a bloodbath. I'll take the over 35.5 for Ohio State's point total. And with that, that's the show. If you want the Knights of the Round Table Parlay, you're going to have to head over to the Twitter. Only place you're going to find it this week. I know that's what everyone likes. We haven't won one yet, unfortunately. But I want you all to come over to the Twitter. Give me a follow. Give this a like. Give it a subscribe. Unsubscribe. Subscribe again. Then head over to the Twitter or the Facebook, PHA Bets, and find the Knights of the Round Table Parlay there. But with that, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Happy Thanksgiving to you, and let's just win some cash, guys.